Hi, I'm Stephanie Aitken, and I help women going through leadership transitions, both those who have been recently promoted but are feeling shaky, and those who see the opportunity but are resisting it for some reason. And in this video, I'm going to share the 3 key factors that stop women from stepping up and taking ownership of their role. Now, this video is for you if you're experiencing this yourself, and also if you're a manager, you work in HR or L&D, and you support other women through their career progression. Now, we all know that there are wide-ranging cultural and systemic factors for why women are underrepresented at senior levels within organizations. McKinsey did a report in 2018 that highlighted many of these reasons. So they range from hiring less women, promoting less women, discrimination, microaggressions, the gender pay gap, unconscious bias. And there are many great initiatives within companies and also at the government level to help address this. But you know what? We need to do more. The World Economic Forum published a survey that showed that the UK has dropped in its ranking for gender equality from 15 to 21 in recent years. And that's whilst we've been focusing on addressing and improving this situation. So clearly more change needs to happen, and it's important work. However, I focus on the individual level. And that's because the fact is, there are many ways in which we women hold ourselves back. So we can do all this great work at the broader level, but unless we address the individual issues, then we won't fully solve the problem. Now, in my experience of working for nearly 20 years in the corporate world, both as an in-house lawyer and also as a corporate trainer and coach, I've seen there are 3 main reasons why women hesitate to step up. And I call them the 3 C barriers: capability, congruence, and confidence. So let's look at each one in turn. The first barrier is capability. It's that belief, I don't have what it takes. I'm not experienced enough. I need more qualifications. And gosh, even if I get the role, that's going to be exposed. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the study because it's often quoted that HP did that showed that men will go for a role when they believe they fulfill 60% of the job requirements, but women will only go for it when they believe they fulfill 100% of the job requirements. That's quite a difference. Now, I know that's a generalization and every study has its limits, but I've seen this doubt replicated time and time again in my conversations with women. The second barrier is congruence. It's the fear that if I step up, it's going to cost me too much. I'm going to have less time with my family. It's going to impact my social life. It's going to have negative consequences on my health. Now, there's a study that showed that we are 60% more likely to suffer job stress and burnout than men. And when we think about how we view ambition, Mary Portas, in her brilliant book, Work Like a Woman, said that women aren't less ambitious than men. We're just as ambitious. It's just that we have a different kind of ambition, a circular ambition. So instead of just being focused on that linear progression, which, by the way, I'm not saying that all men are. These are general principles. But on the whole, instead of focusing on the next job title, promotion, increased salary, professional accolades, our professional and our personal growth and success is equally important to us. We want to be happy in all areas of our life. And we take a more holistic view of success. Now, the third barrier is confidence, and it's the lack of self-assurance to be visible and be heard. It's not speaking up with authority at key meetings, not putting our big ideas forward, and instead beavering away in the background, hoping to get recognition for working hard, when at a senior level, that's not enough. Now, this is particularly acute in very male-dominated environments, and where a woman is the only one in the room. The study that I talked about earlier, the McKinsey study, showed that we will be less authentic and more guarded because there's this perception that we're representing all women, which is a huge amount of pressure. Plus, we can hesitate to want to be assertive because it can be perceived as being aggressive and we're worried about alienating people. And studies have showed that that's the case as well. So again, it's understandable that we might be more reserved in these situations. So it's not one single issue, it's multifaceted. And I believe it really helps to decode it in this way so that we can create a roadmap for ourselves and for others to be able to resolve these issues. Now, I would love to be able to provide you with a miracle solution for all of them in this video. But as I said, it's not that simple. Plus, it would make for a very long video, which, let's face it, you're unlikely to watch. So instead, I'm going to be sharing a whole series of videos where I break down the different components and provide you with really practical tips and insights to help you solve these issues. Now, if you don't already, make sure that you follow me, you're connected with me, or you subscribe to my channel, depending on which platform you're watching this video on, so that you don't miss any future videos. And I'd also love to hear your perspective. What's your experience of these 3 barriers? What are some other barriers that you've come across? Post in the comments below and let's share our collective wisdom so that we can support each other. I would love it if together we're able to unleash the next wave of female business leader.